Over the years, I've covered various issues, from racism to nonsense. But today, I'm taking on my biggest challenge yet. Literally. In the olden days, being fat and pale was a status symbol, indicating wealth. But nowadays, it indicates you're depressed, or from Burnley. In Britain, the weight loss industry is worth over £2 billion, but over 27% of adults are obese. Are these people being fed lies along with their chips? So today, I'll be getting my hands dirty, or greasy in this case, as I try to get to the big bottom of why people struggle with their weight and how we can solve it once and for all. You're welcome. You call that an erection? She went that way, officer. I'll give you £20 to delete it. Someone call an ambulance. He's got IBS. That's not semen. I'm now off to meet a bloke who's accepted more cookies than a dodgy laptop. His name is Peter Lard.
It's Peter Yard.
Shit. So Peter, how long have you struggled with your weight for?
Well, I've been big for as long as I can remember.
And what have you done to try and lose it?
I've had tablets, shakes, injections. I've even had electroconvulsive therapy, which is where you shock the body.
What did you do? Just have the one breakfast?
It's been such a struggle trying to keep the weight off in a healthy way.
Well, that's why we're here, Peter. Now tell me, what's a typical day of eating for you?
Well, in the morning I'll have beans on toast for breakfast.
Classic.
At lunch I'm at work, so I'll have a meal deal.
Okay.
Do you want me to say which one?
I couldn't care less.
And then for dinner I'll have a microwavable meal or something.
And what about exercise?
I try to go for a walk most days.
That's really good, P-Dog. Very impressive. Unfortunately for you, I went to the liberty of going through your bins to see what you're really having. Look at this. Chocolate bars, sweets, more chocolates.
That's unnecessary.
Looks like Slim Fast aren't the only shakes you've been having. And a letter from the Ukrainian government.
Sorry, how is this relevant to weight loss?
Dear Mr. Yard, your request to house a busty female refugee has been denied.
I meant to write trusty.
Well, your diagram says otherwise. We've got a lot of work to do with you, and we're better to start than with health expert Dr. Neil Down.
There are no such thing as penis steroids.
Yeah. So, Doctor, are fat people actually jolly, or is that just a big sugar rush?
You can't generalise humans like that. Often weight problems correlate with emotion or mental issues.
Is that the case?
Yeah, I struggled to fit in at school.
Because they're narrow always.
No! I was bullied since year 3. Even ridiculed by my PE teacher. When the whole world was against me, food was there to comfort me.
Brought the mood down a bit. Hey Doc, let's cut the shit. Quite literally, as we both have a stool sample for you. Here's mine, freshly squeezed this morning.
Right, okay.
It's exciting.
It seems to be well formed, soft, very nice colour too. My only concern would be this.
I must have just swallowed that in my sleep. Apparently you do it 8 times a year, that's a fact. I remember reading that.
Right. I believe that's spiders.
Let's move on to Peter's poop, shall we?
Sure, why not? So, see, Peter, what we're looking for here with your poo is to make sure...
What? Fucking hell, Peter! Jesus Christ! That honks! Get that out of here!
Well, the issue with the smell may have something to do with all the processed food you're eating. Takeaways need to be done in moderation.
Because the only thing they take away are years off your life.
Guys, I'm sorry, but I really need to get back to work, so I only have enough time for one more question.
Yeah, Doc, I was wondering about the studies into genetics and how they...
It's all right, Peter, I've got this. Fat chance and slim chance mean the same thing. What's the deal with that, Doc? At the moment, the only exercise Peter does is digging himself an early grave. That's why I've come to meet personal trainer and all-round fit bloke, Bob Slay. Bob, nice to meet you.
And you?
This is Peter.
Hi, Peter.
Hi.
A great trick to remember his name. Think Pete can't see his own feet.
I'm not going to do that.
So Bob, you've prepared a little circuit for us today. Don't worry, Peter, you just do the best you can.
It's just going to be a few squats, some press-ups, and a little bit of a jog. Nothing too crazy.
So Bob, what are the benefits of exercise to your lifestyle?
Well, exercise is great at helping you maintain your weight, reduce the risk of disease, strengthen muscle, and studies have shown it can have a brilliant impact on your mental health.
Lovely. And of course, women want fat wallets and a slim waist. Probably a medium-sized penis. Imagine anything over 6 inches is doing more discomfort than pleasure.
Shall we get on with the exercises?
Let's go.
And 10! Wow, you've got a great engine on you, Peter.
Yeah, I surprised myself there, mate.
That's how you do them to a marine standard.
Great work.
Are you alright, Stephen?
I think I just taste your shit from earlier.
There's some water over there if you need it. So have you got any questions, Peter?
Yeah, have you got any advice for a novice like me?
Well, the gym can be a daunting place. Not knowing what to do or being too afraid to ask. Just remember the staff are there to help.
No, I get that, but I always feel a bit nervous about how people feel when they see me.
This is a pretty common concern amongst gym goers. But everyone else in that gym is far too concerned with what they're doing to be bothered about you.
That's a relief to know.
When it comes to losing weight, consistency is the key. I'd be more than happy to train you.
Really? That's tremendous news. Thank you.
It'd be my pleasure. Can even train your friend as well if you'd like.
Get fucked, Bob. That's one. That's one. Now, it's one thing getting the body in shape, but the mind needs to be looked after too. That's why I'm joined by psychologist Riccardo Fonte.
Thank you for having me.
So, Ricky, how does a person's head affect their body?
I'm sure Peter will attest that it can be an awful feeling when you're not comfortable in your own skin.
Especially when there's so much of it.
During this age of social media, there has been an increase in the scrutinisation of appearances.
Yeah, I've had to delete Twitter due to trolls fat shaming me.
What did they say?
Oh, somebody said if you are what you eat, what does a beached whale taste like?
That's terrible.
Yeah, I barely smirked.
Harassment like that can be traumatising at any age, but particularly during childhood. It can be very distressing for the victims looking back at these memories.
Sure. Now, I'm joined by Peter and the bullies that used to tease him every day. Is everyone here?
I think we're missing Darren Atwood.
Oh no, yeah, sorry, he died last year in an arson attack.
One down. We're also joined by former PE teacher Mr. Hawking. He's on Zoom. Sadly can't be with us as we're on a school premises.
How do?
So what sort of names did you call Peter?
Fat bastard.
No nonsense.
Forest plump.
Bit hypocritical.
Forest Lump.
No, complete rip-off. Do better next time. Some you could have had but missed. Potbelly Pete, Piggy Smalls, Downton Flabby, Salad Dodger.
Well, I think we're getting a little bit sidetracked here. What I want to do is get to the root cause of the bullying.
Yeah. Why did you pick on Peter? What did you gain from it?
Well, I saw other people doing it and just went along with the crowd.
Well, at school, everyone had their own insecurities, you see, so I thought if I picked on him, no one would pick on me, so...
I was immature and I thought that picking on Pete's size was the funny thing to do. I've since learned the awful struggles he must have dealt with.
Like finding a shirt that fits.
Okay, what I'm interested in is the teacher, Mr. Hawking, who, according to Peter, was more of a bully than the students.
Yeah, he wouldn't let me get changed. Said it was a mood killer.
Well, let's speak to him now. Mr. Hawking?
Hello, boys and girls. Go on, spin me around, let's have a look. Who have we got?
Don't do that. Now, sir, apparently you were an awful teacher who used to pick on and isolate students, especially Peter.
Peter's compulsive liar, as well as eater. I went above and beyond for the students in my PE class. I started hot yoga club, did massages on sports day, even set up CCTV in the showers, so people felt safe.
Let's shut that.
Okay, so where do we go from here? How do we turn this toxic relationship into a positive friendship?
I say we fight fire with fire. No offence to Darren. But I think Peter would feel better if we settled the scores, outed some of their home truths.
That sounds terrible.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to help anybody here.
Fine. I won't mention any names, but one of you had an abortion yesterday, and the other two are secretly shagging each other. I'll leave it at that.
I've got some secrets too, you know.
Who opened that? Sure, I've changed one life, but like Peter, I'm hungry for more. After seeing the effect bullying can have on chunky children, I've decided to start the campaign, Make Children Fit Again.
Get an extra minute out of this.